Use the given graph of f to state the value of each quantity if it exists. If it does not exist, then explain why. For part A, we want to find the limit as x approaches 1 from the left of f of x. So, what we're doing is, and we're starting as x is approaching 1 from the left, then the function is approaching what value on the left? Well, we can see that it's approaching the value of 2. So, as f of x approaches 2, as x approaches 1 from the left, we can say that the limit is then equal to 2. So for part B, it says the limit as x approaches 1 from the right of f of x is equal to what? So if we take a look here, as x is approaching 1 from the right, then our function is approaching what value? Well, it's approaching the value of 3. So therefore, we can say that f of x is approaching 3 as x is approaching 1 from the right. So therefore, the limit as x is approaching 1 from the right of f of x is equal to 3. Okay, now let's take a look at part C. It says the limit as x approaches 1 of f of x. So, we want to find out, okay, well, the limit is approaching 1 from the left is approaching 2. And as the limit is approaching 1 from the right, we see that that function is approaching 3. So therefore, this limit as x approaches 1 of f of x does not exist because the limits in part A and part B are not equal. Okay, in part D, it says, what is the limit as x approaches 5 of f of x? Well, it's asking us if it's as the limit is approaching 5. So that means that it's going to be approaching 5 from the left here. So that means as this function is starting from the left, okay, and then it goes to what value here? Well, so far we know it's going to be 4. And then on the right side, as the function, as x is approaching 5 here, well, this function is also approaching 4. So therefore, as f of x approaches 4, as x approaches 5 from the left and from the right, and so therefore the limit as x approaches 5 of f of x is equal to 4. Okay, the next question is the last question. It says f of 5. So what is f of 5? So that means that we need to know what is the output for when f of 5. So it's asking us if x is 5, then what is the output? Okay, well, here's x. And then if we look at the value here, we have a hole. So that means the value does not exist. So therefore, we do not have an output. It is therefore undefined. So f of 5 is not defined, so it doesn't exist.